We move abroad in 4 months. So I want to share what we're doing right now. We're in it, you guys. We're holding on. We're making it happen, but I'm so glad that I've been keeping track for the last 8 months, every month what we've done. And you can go back and watch those videos on this playlist. All about every decision we've made, from the house to finances to planning the travel to simplifying life so we can go ahead and make the jump and leave. All of those things. So 4 months out, here's where we're at. I am wrapping up school in the next couple weeks, graduating college. So that's exciting. I got Magna Cum Laude. So that's exciting. Not even sure if I'm saying that correctly. So I feel really proud of myself. Going back to school, I was hoping that part of my brain still worked and that I could pull that off while also doing all the adult life stuff that I have to do still. So I feel really proud of that, and I've loved school. It's been such a gift. Highly encouraged, if you're ever in any position where you're debating it, it's been life-changing. And the kids have been great. The knowledge has been great. It's been great to just dive back in and get all of this new information and fill in gaps in my knowledge bank. Number 2, the house. So we found out a few weeks ago we need a new septic system as we're selling here. So that was one of those things, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's all okay. I really feel like we've managed all these years without issue with our current one, and I'm really grateful that we didn't have to pay the money at some point along the way, that as we've had all this money saved up now, one of the first times in our adult lives where we had the money to pay it. So I feel really grateful the way that that's worked out. And then for the new owners, that'll be wonderful. Our house is under contract now, which I'm going to do a whole other video about this. You guys, it's mind-blowing how this all came together. We sold our Jeep, this fun Jeep. We sold that. We've sold a few other bandsaws and sanders and a big workshop table and a trailer, a TV from the workshop outside or in the garage, and just lots of random stuff like that. We have a garage sale coming up, and as you're watching this, actually, it's probably the day of our sale. And so I have been preparing for that, and that has been both really fun. I've been preparing all winter. Every time I would go through something, I would just price it, put it in a box, and we kept adding those boxes. Now I have most of them unpacked out in the garage and the workshop, and I'm going to continue the next few days to just get all the rest of that done. So that's a big thing. We have, we finished the basement bedroom. I'll share a picture of that. Got it all staged. It turned out so cute. I did a bunch of paintings for staging, painted over some past canvas work, and just did things to match each room as they needed it. So that was fun for me to get out all my paints and just have fun painting for a few hours. I really enjoyed that. We hired a realtor. So we figured out the asking price on the house. We figured out all the things. We had the game plan going, and then we ended up getting an offer before we brought it to market. So good news with that. But then all of my staging kind of stopped abruptly as we've now been shifting gears to get the house ready for this new owner, and then also get everything sold and the yard cleaned up, figure out which things we need to continue on with and which things we can now let go that we don't need to worry about anymore. So there's a lot of the things I was going to use for staging that now I'm quickly adjusting, and I'm going to put in the sale this weekend to just try to clear out as much as possible. We got the first day of our son's Eagle Scout project done. And by the time you watch this, we'll have done the second day as well. So that will have been completed, and he just has one more small thing for one of his badges to do, and then all of his Eagle Council interviews and all of that. So that's really exciting. He's worked so hard at that. So I'm really proud of him. Scouting America has been, I will be the first to admit, just with all the stuff that organization went through a few years ago, I was not a big fan. And then they've been in the news for the government cutting out some of their badges and changing some things. But I will just tell you from a personal standpoint, it has changed my son's life. His group, his troop is full of these just really great moms and dads, and it has girls and boys, and the girls have added so much to the troop. I know my son's a better person for having worked alongside these girls, and they keep these boys motivated. They're just amazing. And it's been a really fun thing for my son and husband to do. A lot of camping, a lot of just skills. He's learned how to scuba dive from scouts. He's learned how to do so many survival skills. They did winter camping this year and learned all sorts of things about camping below zero weather and how to survive and make a quinzhee and like a snow dome type thing. And it's just been a really amazing experience. Everything down to understanding local community, and having to plan his eco project required him meeting with the town and getting approval and learning how to communicate on the phone and ask for money and all of these life skills that everybody would be better off knowing. And he's only 15, so it's been really fun to watch him grow through that. So I am a big fan, at least of our troop and what that's done, the parents and the kids coming together, and yes, can't say enough good things about that. Let's see. Lastly, money. Money is gone. Money all went to pay the septic. But our house is high. It's going to sell higher than what we had expected. So that's good. So I just feel like a sense of, okay, it's all going to work out. We're just in the squeeze right now, trying to get all of that handled. And I keep looking at my list down below the camera here, so bear with me. The other thing we did, and I made a whole video about this because it was such an emotional thing, and people have such strong feelings about this. We rehomed our golden retriever, and that was a really big deal. We were in denial kind of that had to happen. We knew it did. We didn't want to put him through the stress. He wouldn't have handled coming with us. And a family member was going to take him and then couldn't. And so we had to adjust and make some different plans. But he's found the best home and he's loving it. And we're so relieved. And yeah, it's nice to hear a good rehoming story. And we ultimately knew it would be better off for him than trying to hold on to him and take him with us all over the world, which just wasn't practical. And so it's been really hard. We've shed tears, all of us, but we're okay, and he's okay. So that's a big change. It feels very quiet around here. We are finishing painting the house. As I do this video tonight, we have a lift we're renting to get the final peak of the house done. So that'll feel really good having that done, and then we're just waiting on the septic to be finished. And those are the last things that we needed to do that we agreed with the buyers that will get done. So now I'm just keeping up with landscaping, weeding, finishing up my classes, really still working hard at saving every penny we can, just being smart with our money. And we haven't planned any more travel since the last video. It's been simply checking off the boxes and getting through this time, cleaning rooms, getting them ready to stage, prepping stuff, decluttering things, putting things in the sale. I will just say mentally, I am so grateful of how much we did earlier, because now I have just this spring fever and it is just moving faster and faster and faster. I feel like we met with a realtor, and then within a couple of weeks, we had everything, all the paperwork signed and all the things done. And then all of a sudden we had a buyer, and now it's like we're just moving. And So it looks like we're going to be kind of homeless for a couple months until we leave at the end of August. So we are not scrambling, but there's a moment of a little bit of, okay, this is real now. We have to kind of figure out a plan. And Airbnbs locally here, for the most part, we're anywhere from 4,000 up to like 12, 16, 18,000 per month for summer, which obviously is just not even realistic. And so we're kind of trying to get creative between hotel points, doing some camping, finding some cool campgrounds that we've been wanting to stay at. So I think we're going to hold on to our camping things at least through the summer so we can go have some fun camping experiences. The Minnesota, Wisconsin area is beautiful, up along Lake Superior, all over. We have some of the most beautiful landscapes and camping setup. So I'm really excited to do that. I haven't done much camping in the last few years as I've been in school. So that'll be really fun to do and just calming, kind of get us into that relaxing flow. So that's where we're at 4 months out. If you have any questions, ask. We're still figuring out as we go, but I feel pretty good about where we're at right now. We just, in our heads, kind of pictured that we would have till July, mid-July, maybe the end of July, hoping that the house would sell before we moved, all of those factors. And so suddenly to feel like, oh, we need to be out in June, the end of June. But June, it's a good problem to have. We're feeling very thankful. And just holding the intention that everything will go smoothly with that sale and that it'll work out or something better will come along. So that's where we're at. I am sharing all about the moving sale that we're doing, as well as kind of doing a walkthrough of what things look like as you guys, I was about ready to stage. I had a few things almost done. And then we signed paperwork and accepted an offer. And so I feel like this sense of like, where's my after photos? Like, I've been working so hard. I love the before and after photos. I love to see the progress. And I want to forever have some photos of all the work we've done. And so I have gone through a couple of rooms and just finished staging them how I was going to. Deep cleaning, just all of the things so I can have photos. So at least forever I can look back and have this sense of completion of how this house looked at the end and not just all of the middle of the project photos. So I'm going to try to do a few more here in the next week before I kind of clear everything out and sell everything that we absolutely do not need for the next few months. But that's where we're at. So thanks for watching. I'll do another update as well on this playlist, 3 months out and 2 months out and then 1 month out, and keep sharing that because I do think it's really helpful to watch people that are going through it and maybe a little bit further ahead. And then also we just all do things in different orders and as it works for us. So hopefully any of this stuff helped you or maybe triggered some idea of what you need to do in your mind for either moving abroad or just a big change in general. So, hope you have a really wonderful day. Bye.